What's cracking, YouTube? Welcome back to Myers Two-Stroke RC Garage. And today, guys, I wanted to give an update to everybody on where I am with the Vesla and where I am with all my other machines, because now that I got a situation going on, I'm going to explain that when we get closer to the bench. But I'm doing a little switch around with everything, and I'll explain that when I'll explain that when I get closer to the bench. But I'm doing a switch around thing. I'm doing kind of a Vesla update, channel update, whatever you want to say. I'm just going to let everybody know what's going on, you know, with each machine and all that stuff. So I'm going to get you guys down here closer, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I got you down here closer to the bench. And what I wanted to tell you, everybody, is obviously I pulled the 71 Supreme out of the Vesla. And the reason I did that is because there's no point in even trying to I did go ahead and throw the hardened gears in the transmission for the Taylor 35, the Kracken hardened gears. I thought they were Taylor hardened gears. That's another thing. I thought they were Taylor hardened gears. It turns out they were Kracken. And after I busted the stock gears, what I did was I emailed Mike Taylor, and I asked him, you know, if anybody was working on the issue, you know, if there's going to be anything coming out from Bonehead or whatever, because I told him that I've been hearing that even the hardened steel ones from Kracken, they don't hold up to much over a 40 GT or 46 GT. And he replied back and he told me that Kracken is working on correcting their mistakes. So I thought that's pretty cool. We're just gonna have to wait till Kracken develops these gears. And so for the time being, what I did was I'm gonna throw the 35 in the Vesla, and there's some things I wanted to go over. One thing I forgot to mention when I did put the 71 in it is when I put the stiffer springs in. See, I'm going to show you this. When I put these are the stiffer springs. When I put the stiffer springs in, I forgot to tell everybody that I put 80 weight shock oil in the rear shocks. And when I switched back over to those lighter springs, I did not switch the shock oil to a lighter oil. I kept it at 80 weight, and I'm really liking the way they feel and the way they perform. Like I said, I haven't had the machine on the ground yet and running, but I really like the way it feels and how plush it is for as far as that goes. And then I also wanted to mention to everybody that to put the Taylor 35 in without a Taylor clutch carrier, or, you know, to fit a regular clutch bell, it's kind of a different situation. You can't use that fan on the Taylor 35. You have to pull that fan off and use a regular clutch adapter for your 54 millimeter clutch. And what I did was I opted to, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you I'm not going to be able to show you, but this clutch bell is vented. And so what I opted to do is I kept the center steel clutch on the Taylor 35 because it's vented. So plus I think that the center steel is going to catch traction, I guess, or friction or whatever on the bell better than, I just have a feeling it's going to burn up those clutch shoes extremely fast. So that's why I went with the center steel clutch. But no, you guys we had to take out that fan in order to make, because I had the clutch fan in there, you know, that little fan deal that cools the clutch. I had to take that off because it makes the clutch stick out too far. And then when you go to tighten this gear plate down, it puts everything in a bind, and then you're turning the engine over with the pinion gear. So that's the situation there. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to mention is what I'm going to be running is 1956 gears. And the reason I'm going to be running that is because I got a limited selection on what I can put on this. I haven't checked the Taylor or Detroit Performance site for a few days, so I don't know if there's a clutch carrier or a clutch bell that'll fit blackbone gears for the 35, the 54 millimeter clutch. I haven't checked all that stuff. But so right now, for the time being, we're going to be running 1956 gears with, and I'm pretty sure these are just, you know, pretty much the same as 195. They're not super spikes, but they're 195, you know, whatever, all trains or whatever. So that's what we're going to be running for gearing. We're just going to start it with that out of the box. And like I said, if I can get a bigger pinion, because right now the only thing you can get is the you know, the 19 tooth that I know of. If anybody else knows of anything, let me know down in the comments section, because it would be sweet to be able to gear this up, because I was wanting to put in, it's kind of, the gear ratios on this is, it's a different deal. They're one tooth off from a Baja, so it'd be like 1956 instead of 1955. So it's just different like that. So maybe like a 2154, or no, 2150, yeah, 2154, something like that. I don't know. It's confusing with me and my brain injury to try to think of that stuff without actually physically having the gears to see what I needed. So anyways, gearing up is an option. You know, we can either go with a bigger, well, we're gonna have to go with a bigger both gear no matter where we go, because that's just the way it works. But when I find something, I'll be able to gear it up. I'm not really concerned about that right now, but I wanted to mention that. And then I am going to use this. This is the Taylor 35 pipe that I got with the 35. It's for a Baja, but I got this mount that came with the big block pipe for the 71 Supreme. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off this rubber mount right here with a piece of steel, back, drill a hole in it, you know, and bolt it here, and then bolt a piece of steel on this rubber mount. So that's my plan there as far as the exhaust goes. And down in here, it's all the same story. That's how I definitely knew is the exact same gas tank as a Baja, because it's the same story with the clearance and everything. I mean, you have no room in there to adjust the needles hardly at all. I mean, there's nothing there. So, but yeah, from, you know, where I ran it last few times, it really doesn't need much adjustment. I mean, it could use some fine tuning, but with the clearance on that tank, it's pretty hard to. So I think I've covered everything for, you know, that I wanted to cover with, you know, as far as the Vesla and what I got going on with it. Kind of switching gears with the Vesla, doing something different with it. And, you know, I guess not different. I know a lot of people have done it, but it's different for me, because we got to just do this until we can get some decent gearing, you know, transmission gears and stuff for the transmission on this. So anyways, then what are we going to do? Okay, so the 71. All right, guys, so the 71, that's the 71 Supreme, and that is going back into the Punisher. You see, I got everything tore out of the Punisher. You know, I needed to get it put in the Vesla, but I'm going to get the 71 put back in here. And when I go together with it, since this machine is freeing up and it's going to be running a little less power, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the differential out of here, and I'm going to pull the locker out of the Punisher, and we're going to put an open diff in the Punisher, and I want to see how it runs with an open differential, and we're going to be using 2 million weight on that. So that's what we're going to be doing as far as what goes on with that, because this has a billet differential in it. And I want to run a billet differential with the 71 Supreme, because I don't want anything stupid to happen. And this already has, I think it has a blackbone green gear. It has blackbone gears in it, so I wouldn't have to change over the ring gear or anything. I just pull the differential out of this, all that stuff. So that's the story there. I wanted to go together with the 71 with an open differential. I tested it. I got to test it a little bit in the Vesla, and I was really impressed with how controllable it was. And then so the 36 from the hybrid is going to be going in the Rooster, so I'm going to put the 36 from the hybrid in this machine. And this, okay, so this is going to be running probably that differential there, and it'll just be running a regular differential. I don't know what I'm going to do with that locker yet, because you have to have, it's got cups for IRC UHD cups in it is what it has. So yeah, the 36 that was in the hybrid is going to go in this machine right here. And then we're going to pull this engine, the 36 out. Okay, so we're putting this in the Rooster, and then we're going to put the Kracken 32 that came on the Kracken Vesla. We're putting this in the hybrid with a different pipe because I want to show everybody that engine. I mean, the only reason it was such a dog is because that pipe, that can thing that was on there. But anyways, yeah, I want to throw the Kracken 32 in this machine with a tuned pipe, and I think it's going to wake that engine up a lot, and it's not going to look near as worthless as it was looking in the Kracken Vesla. So yeah, guys, just a quick little update, you know, as far as what's going on with the channel and all of my machines and everything. I was just, you know, talking to my wife and stuff today as we were going down to see her sister, and I was just telling her last week I had all 4 machines up and running, and then now this week none of them are running. I mean, the hybrid could run if I fixed that tire, you know, just put another couple new fresh sets of tires on the front. But anyways, what I got going on is the Kracken Vesla. I want to get this project going. I'm just waiting on gears, and I got to make up that exhaust mount right there to mount the exhaust to it. So that's what's going on with the channel. That's what's going on with the machines. That's going on. I call it the switcheroo, the engine switcheroo. That's what's kind of going on with that. So hope everybody liked the video. If you liked it, make sure you like it, share it, subscribe, hit the bell notification, do all that stuff, guys. And don't forget, we'll see you in the next one.